Hello, everybody, and welcome on into the Aurora Overwatch Clash quarterfinals matchup between the Moonlight Foxes and the Gatos, the Los Gatos Guadalajara, to be exact. Hi, Java. So it's gonna be me, Booney, on the broad and Moswell. Your playback caster. What? Why is you so angry? Anyway, Corey, take it away. What's to mix between these two matchup here? The Foxes and the Gatos.
I think we can expect pretty much what we've seen all season. Chloe and the tank for the Gatos doing a lot of work, as well as looking for some stand-up performances on the support line of the Foxes. So it should be a pretty good matchup. I mean, personally, I'm favoring a certain team, but we'll, you know, we'll see at the end of the day what happens.
I mean, like you said, the Foxes coming in pretty big underdogs as of right now. The Gatos having a very strong start. I guess getting paid as their first win as a captain, so you finally got that. Now just here with a very strong team, getting the second most it's wins in the basically. I think most people consider it a stronger division. So being the second seed, get the advantage here of taking on the Moonlight Foxes. But they do, if they potentially advance here, have the option of facing the Numbies, which could be very scary. But yeah, as of right now, we're still waiting for the Gatos to give me the map, even though I know what it is. They told me in their chat. But we'll see what the Foxes decide to run up with here, because kind of the question the Foxes so far this season has been, what does Fedora Master play? Fedora Master signed up not wanting to play DPS mostly this season, has been on that support role a lot for the Foxes here, but we have seen the Fedora Master on DPS here on some maps, so wondering if, in this playoff situation, we see that come out early, or if it comes in last second.
I guess it'll all depend on how the first map goes. I don't see anyone else from the. Okay, there we go. We do have an extra player in the Foxes, not an extra player, but a sixth player available. So they will have to sub someone in and out. Could see that maybe map 2 or 3. Then if Fedora Master wants to slot over the DPS, if they're wanting to go all in, try to get this win.
I do have to ask you, being the big GM guy around here, and though it's no longer the biggest rank in the game, but Masters 1. But as we look at it, what do the Foxes and the Gatos both have to do to kind of take advantage here? Like, what do you see a weakness between these two teams right now? The Gatos strong throughout the year. Foxes have had some ups and downs. So, what do either team here have to do to kind of specialize and potentially get this win in a quick and/or upsetting fashion?
Yeah, so to me the Gatos are very flexible. Like they can run a really nice dive, they can run a really nice poke, or I guess like dive rush with a queen and like a Genji. And they basically have a larger hero pool than the Foxes, and the Foxes are pretty limited. I've seen mostly like Baptiste Curie or like Babana on a Curie from the supports, and like a lot of Diva, a lot of Ram, and I know Transflect plays a lot of Sombra, and HV is usually on like Hanzo Torp soldiers. So just the Gatos, if they're in trouble, could swap up their comp and easily out flexible the Foxes, if that makes sense.
I mean, I think also if you're the Foxes, you're kind of just praying and hoping for an HP sec on game. When this guy is clicking on heads, he is absolutely dominating, controlling lobbies, but you just gotta hope he's in that mode right now. He did get the position, I think, as like the civil lawyer or something. He said in the general chat, so potentially has the Saul Goodman and the Chuck buff. Who knows? If he's got the lawyer, can whip out some rule book on the Gatos if they're misbehaving a little bit. But I mean, speaking of misbehaving, they know what map they want to play. Why are we just sitting here doing nothing? I'm gonna hit him with the hurry up.
10 minutes in,
I guess we were waiting on Whalefish to come in, but they didn't tell us that, so they just were sitting there waiting for him to accept a friend request. Apparently, he didn't know he had.
uh,
I don't know.
uh,
Hopefully we get to. I don't want. I want to show what this first map is. Of course, I'll leak it. It's gonna be a Flashpoint map. Very cool. But I think Flashpoint is honestly way better for the Gatos. They've been playing a lot of this Junker Queen composition with Starlight, aka Arctic, aka what else does she have? I'm blanking. Anyway, a lot of alt accounts on the Junker Queen, and you're going into Nort, who, while a solid tank player, is really nothing compared to, compared to Angel, Chloe, whatever you want to call her. But we'll see. Maybe the Junker Queen can stabilize things. Maybe Nort pulls out some weird Mauga stuff. Who really knows what's going on? Again, like we've kind of come in here. The Foxes are the underdogs by a fairly large amount. Gatos favored to go to those semifinals and potentially take on the Numbies in the battle of the quote-unquote Bear Division. But we'll have to wait and see. You know, we are still stalling, but I believe we actually have the map we're going to play up, so that's a pretty good start. We do have a sub as well from our initial play. We thought that Panini would be in, but it looks like Willfish going to come in on DPS, and Teddy swaps over to that support. Panini will be coming in for map 3, map 4, map 2, whatever. I think the stalling is probably going to end here soonish. I certainly hope. You got anything to say? I'm running out of ideas here.
Nothing other than let's get into this game. It's been a while.
Let's say I want to pose a question while we're waiting here. Both these teams, who needs to step up? You know, there's the usual suspects, of course, like Strudel, Fedora Master, Chloe, Whalefish, but like, who on the people you don't really expect needs to step up for both these teams to win? Who's someone you want to look out for that isn't kind of the big names?
Sainu Baba and HV6. Now, they might seem interesting picks, right? Because, you know, they usually do well. But I'm saying if either one wants to have a decisive victory, those two specifically need to, like you said earlier, pop off, maybe get a lawyer buff, whatever. But above and beyond,
I think, you know, you're going in here, you look at the side of the Moonlight Foxes, there are no rings on that team. There's Strudel, but he's the only one with the ring. You look at the Gatos, they got Yak, they got Zane coming off a fresh championship from last season, off the big ballers. So maybe that, you know, the playoff buff could come in.
There's no seasoned ring veterans on either of these teams, though.
Well, one of these teams has to win. Does Drew have a ring? I did not know that. Did Drew win for the Pelicans, maybe? Is that what it was? Yeah, Pelicans.
Yeah. He's currently not in the lineup, though.
So they have the equal amount of rings. 2-2. Right? Because they got Yak and Zane, and then Drew and... Well, whatever. We're actually going in this game finally, for the love of God.
If the number of rings determines wins, then Zenus would automatically win.
Shut up. Anyway, we're going on in here to Saravasa being our first map. Starting off on Flashpoint. Anthony, when we see the comps currently come up here, if we're going to find anything interesting inside the Foxes. It doesn't look like there we go. Overwatch is finally up. Chat, we're finally here for our second quarterfinals game. CU goes on to play in the semis of the lower. I'm getting a lot of friend requests, actually. And, of course, right as we get into the game, we have a crash. So we're back to our break, and I'm just going to send some music until this game finally begins, because we are sick of stalling, ladies and gentlemen, and you're sick of hearing us, so do not go anywhere. After this break, we will be back. Wait, are they already back? Oh my...
We will not be back. We will be here.
Who would have thought? I get to finally prod and cast a playoff game yet again, and it's going to be the most scuffed thing, and he's gone again. And, okay, I'm going to send us to break again. With music. Bye, chat. I'm not going to... All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for sticking around through that break, but it looks like NortLogic has joined the lobby and is finally good to go. So we'll see how long that lasts and how long he decides to stick around, but going on here to Suravasa. Looks like a... Do you have a YouTube called Diecast?
No.
No, that was my high school. No, that was my high school, buddy. The Joe Roke experience, that is incorrect. But look at the lineups. Nort on the Ramatra, a bit different. Transflect on the Cincture Sombra. Wants Sombra to work because forced it almost every game he's played in. So it's going to be up to HV Con with his advantage in the long range on the Sojourn. Really nothing to put more pressure on him than the double dive DPS, but potentially can early pick and open things up for this side of the Foxes. Going on into our first point of Suravasa, we have a bit of advantage here on the side of the speed with the shout from Starlight. We do have the Gatos taking first positioning here. The DPS start to encircle the enemy here. HV Sec seems to be a target of Yaks right now. But NortLogic does walk on in, use a Nemesis form. HV Sec is very low, but going to get healed up here by Strudel. They do force an early Immortality field, however, and NortLogic forced to use that Nemesis form as well as the block, and now Starlight going to go in. Does get hacked up, but Transfect falls in the meantime. So down that DPS, a nice knife there from Starlight. And that's going to be the DPS gone here for the Foxes, and a first point capture going over the Gatos here pretty quickly and fairly decisively.
Yeah, I'm just continuously confused about the comp choices by the Foxes. I mean, it's not like inherently bad, but it would be a lot smoother if they switched like a DPS and maybe a support hero up. But you know, like you said, the Sombra's a favorite, so.
I mean, Whalefish is pretty uncontested here on the Tracer, and if he is the side of affection, then it's gonna be Yak here on the Genji. Very strong DPS duo here for the Gatos. Recall does get forced out early, but the hack lands on the Yak. Immortality field comes out. The stick lands, and Fedora goes out of the Immortality field. Cannot get the benefit of that, but it's exchange 1-for-1. Gatos do return one inside the favor. Tedium with 2 headshots, 2 kunais in between the eyes. And Yak land the kill feed there as well. And it's pretty much going to be first point going the way of the Gatos here. 7% and counting already. Spawns not quite there. So Suravasa point 1 goes over to the Gatos in a 100-0 fashion. And no ultimates were used on either side.
Yeah, good pulse bomb onto the Lucio there. Stops him before he can build beat and maybe extend that fight. I think the Kiri pick is just a lot better than the Baptistes, especially when they're going into Genji Queen Tracer. I'm not sure what the Baptiste is going to do, but we'll see, I guess.
I mean, is the BAP there to try to keep NortLogic alive in the fight? Who really knows? But the Suzuo could also work in a situation. It has Nemesis form, so a pretty sustainable tank. They use a Casino Rush here very early, and the shout. They just go on in, whip the speed on speed. And 2 kills there. Nort will get 1 palm punch there just for the road, but doesn't really look like it's going to do too much. And the reset horn has been sounded. NortLogic trying to run away as fast as he possibly can. Using the shield, the 180 flick. Wow, incredible play. But the point capture will initially go over to the side of the Gatos there, using a very decisive Casino Rush Queen Shout combo.
Yeah, if anything, you could do double flex support too instead of a Lucio if you're setting the BAP. Because outside of the Ram, the Lucio doesn't do much. You're not going to speed your Sojourn in or your Sombra, really. Yak is a little...
Transflect is on the point, does get the hack over, but it's a double rampage here in the back line. They get Strudel, but the beat is just simply too late. Overclock comes out. Oh, the hack of Zane's beat by Transflect has EMP. They decided to use it, but Yak with the blade is still up and standing. Hacking and slashing his way through. Formatch's beat has expired and goes on down.
There.
And that was a very close fight. I mean, they got the Ajax on the Zainababa, but was not enough, and Strudel makes us over on the Kiriko off that Baptiste.
Yeah, we'll see how this works out, but was that 6 ults that fight? So it's pretty neutral going in the last one.
Will the Zane Jax come back to bite? And the stick lands on NortLogic. Nort's flung. Suiki's the only one that open for the side of the Moonlight Foxes. Pops Annihilation. Decides to go on in aggressively. They have found Whalefish with the help of that Annihilation. We do have a bit of a dispersal coming out here right now for the Gatos. As 8 seconds fall in the backline, Zainababa's all alone on the side. But the kills are here for the Gatos. They're in their backline. Nort has captured the point, but what does it do? They are half their Tedium falling very low. Potentially taken down. Yes, Nort has found the Kiriko in this battle. Yak returns, but here comes a hack over onto Starlight. Has a shout, though, to keep herself nice and healthy. Goes on in. They find Transfect and Strudel. It's just Nort on the point by themselves. Not too much you can do in the situation. They do have the spawners come back in, but Whalefish popping off in the kill feed upon his return. And point 2 goes again towards the way of the Gatos. And we're on map point.
Yeah, I'm not really sure why they keep targeting the Junker Queen. If you ask me, if you want to keep the Lucio, absolutely want to keep Lucio, Ram, Sombra, then you should amp speed S3 onto either their Curie or their Genji or their Tracer and hack them and then punch them.
Yak with the opening blow there on Transfect, and they use the Casino Rush for good measure. Yak dashed on in for another one. And that's going to be the Gatos again, winning the first fight on a point of Cervasa with just the Casino Rush there from Tedium. And Yak building towards his blade again very quickly, already 8% there. Nort Logic can't do too much, and Yak is lighting up the kill feed. Looking for a second ring apparently here on the Gatos, and now the ultimates here heavily in favor of the Gatos as they almost have 4 in the bank ready to let loose.
Yeah, 4 in the bank for the Gatos, almost 4 with some interest for the Foxes, so they can draw this out a little bit.
The Pulse Bomb does land on a Transfect. They can't do too much. The Blade from Yak as well. Both DPS ults are used and both kills are claimed. Yak does fall very low, but has more for the side of the Foxes. They do eventually kill Yak, but does not force Jose Nabal's beat or Starlight's Rampage here. You do have some ults here to work with, though, but Transfect falling early can't build that Blizzard for his potential final battle. Could be devastating.
Yeah, again, it might seem a little frivolous by the Gatos, but they're cycling one important ult and one non-important ult per rotation, so they're going to queen all year.
Rampage comes out. They use the beat and Suzu to clear off that damage, and now starts alone in the backline, but Tedium TP's on in. Strudel trying to start the critical difference. They do find Teddy. The beat from Zane. Can anybody touch the point? Looks like Transfect does get in there with the ice block, but might fall here very low. Does get healed on up for Doormaster, is on point, forced to amp. HP sec overclock is shut down almost immediately here. The point does flip, a Suzu is used. Norlic does have this Annihilation should they decide to use it. They looks like they will. And now Xenobaba in a very awkward position here, stuck in the middle. The slow is pretty nice here from Nort. Does get a kill here. Xenobaba trying to run away here on the coastline. And it looks like the Foxes have finally claimed a fight in their favor, and not a moment too soon.
We got Mail for the Foxes coming up, and only Curie for the Gatos. So you really got to use that Mail first to try to keep the game going, map going.
Nort Logic is kind of alone right now. They do force on an early Nemesis form from him in the wall, and Suzu a lot put in Nort there to keep him alive. So now the Gatos, look, they're just playing this slow, ready to engage with the Omkasuni ult here. They're walking on in, but HC finds the open pick over onto Whalefish, so the Tracer gone, a lot of pressure gone off this back line. Transfect has the Blizzard, the point did flip and all the chaos, but is able to lay down that Blizzard. Chill's warning is in effect. Transfect gets that kill. They use the Rampage here, winnable here, says Chloe. Will get Fedora Master, but now falls very low. Nor still alive here on this point. Teddy goes down. The blade from Yak is taken down by Transfect. Transfect exchanges there. It's just Nort versus Whalefish alone on the point right now. Here comes HP Sec from the back. Nort Logic is like 2 HP and somehow survives. And now 80% and counting. It looks like they are going to get a point here in Cervasa. As Starlight is over on the Doomfist here. They potentially trying to force another open here, maybe with one more last second contest.
Is that an approved hero right there?
Yes, that's one of her 3 approved heroes and goes down immediately. Potentially want to take that one off the list for next year. As 2 kills here very early for the Moonlight Foxes. They want more. Nort Logic walking forward. Forced out a Suzu. Can they get any more? Tedium does get locked down. Whalefish is there as well, but Whalefish does manage to blink away in time. And now the flashpoint has opened. Chloe does swap back over onto the Joker Queen, but it is the point behind the one the Moonlight Foxes just captured, so they're going to be positioning first. Oh, Starlight does
the comp swap from the Foxes ended up with a point win there, and it's looking good into the Tracer Genji, especially with Mei Soldier.
Yeah, it goes on, and the do ice in the Genji, and it goes down low and falls! So now here comes Annihilation in a very small room. The Pulse Bomb does stick and connect on the Strudel, but Logic Annihilation might just be too good. Never mind, Willfish again. Willfish is the second here in this fight. Potentially turning it here for the side of Gatos. Quartermaster trying to hold on this beat, trying to hold on this life. Trying to get out here. Transfect is there. Has a wall potentially here ready to isolate any targets, but HV is in the back. Pelting us a dance, pelting us a pulse rifle ammunition. Yak has turned to the battle, and Casino Rush is invested here from Tedium. They want exchanges, they want to turn us quick early here, as Tedium does find Translate the May gone. That's a lot of point control now missing here for the side of the Moonlight Foxes. And despite the early picks, Willfish comes up clutch.
Yeah, no ults used there except for the Ram ult, I suppose, at the end of last fight. But if they can get back into the point at about 50%, should be looking pretty good for the Foxes.
They will have 4 ults to use, and I mean, it's probably a beat cancellation here. But the biggest one to keep my eye on is Willfish with yet another Pulse Bomb. He has found a stick and a kill seemingly every time with his ultimate ability. Has been game-changing here on this Tracer. Character really he's not known for, more that Hanzo player, but going for this Tracer here, looking great on it so far. Casino Rush out from Strudel, on the point, does force out pretty awkward positioning right now. The stick, the stuck, but the beat comes in. Only lands on 2 members though, the Moonlight Foxes. Beat comes out here, Transfect with the blues on point, but Starlight finds the axe swing on through. Starlight is frozen up in HV with the kill, with attack visor. A lot of ults being thrown here by both the sides, but the point in the chaos flips towards the side of the Gatos, and Willfish and Yak trying to get their lives. Yak set himself off the map, and Willfish 30 HP. Looks like he will get out at just the right time.
That was looking pretty close there for the Gatos maybe to win that until the Blizzard came out. Now, if they can try to poke for that Ram ult, it's going to be looking really good. Save that Suzu for the Queen ult and then target the Genji right away.
They have
to know that he's got Blade.
They have found the Tracer and forced them away here. They used the wall. It's a very nice wall. It only lands on a North object. Lord Object is now very close to his annihilation, but the Blade comes out here. Transfect has the... does have the block, keep stuff alive, though. It's a 2-for-1 exchange here. And North Object Annihilation only finds 1, and the kills are coming here. Willfish with 3 in the kill feed. North trying to do anything with Nemesis form, but Willfish just sticks aside of a wall of celebration, and now 80%. I'm not seeing a very good chance here for the Moonlight Fox to get a good contestant.
Maybe a Lucio?
Here comes Fedora Master. He's got the moves. He does not have the moves.
He had the moves. The knife rescinded the moves.
The Gatos take map 1 here on Suravasa. And honestly, though, the change onto the May, it looked a lot closer there towards the end for the Moonlight Fox, and potentially finding some they could use later. Just that last second play for Willfish here, getting the 4K at the end. And then just the stick for celebration. Recalls away. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we got ourselves a close series here if these adaptations remain here. The Gatos take our first map of Suravasa, but Moonlight Foxes have a choice of hybrid, don't go anywhere. Royal Overwatch Class Season 4 Quarterfinals continues after a short break. And welcome back, everybody, to the Overwatch Clash Season 4 quarterfinals matchup between the Moonlight Foxes and the Gatos. Gatos taking our map 1 of Cervasa, and now we're going over on to King's Row. Seemingly a favorite on most people here, but go ahead and swap our sides. There you go. So the defense and attack's in the right one, but Gatos deciding to defend first. Oh, it looks like Fedora is just going to clarify if that's the case. I assume that's kind of what most teams like to do. But Whalefish on the Hanzo. If that sticks, even more deadly than it was on the Tracer.
Yeah, less swarming potential, whatever you want to call it, but it is King's Row defense.
HP stuck over on to the Ashe, and Fedora is again sticking on this Lucio. And I mean, when you look at Fedora, you think probably more of an Ana, not really kind of the main support player, mostly because of his love of Mercy. But stick on this Lucio. And the problem problem you're seeing is they're like speed boosting in the Junker Queen all the time, and she's just living forever.
Yeah, like she's not gonna die if everyone else is alive. I do like the Mei Ashe a lot better than Sombra Sojourn though.
One point how Whalefish is already 35% to his ultimate. It's been landing some shots here as they go through the choke. Norlogic does they put a wall up and isolate their own tank here. They did get the Junker Queen isolated as well, but Norlogic falling very low. Force on early Suzu here. Shield comes in. Yak's first one to find a kill. Fedora Master going down, and now the down effect begins as they are forced to run away for now. No, they do get Yak, so if they just stabilize and survive, could be a big play here for the Moonlight Foxes.
Yeah, you gotta push him pretty fast to capitalize off that. No, it's a little low though. Getting healed up. I think you just need to speed through the hotel and rush that Hanzo. He's putting in a lot of work. I mean, he's got ult basically. Yeah,
10% away here. Okay. You got they do go through. They rush over back over on the Hanzo. He leaps back into Norlogic. Very dangerous, and now the crossfire is there. They find Teddy in exchange. Pretty nice Rampage does find 2 members, but they've already got 2 in the other side from the Fox, so it's a 1-for-1 trade on both their teams. But Starlight goes on back in with the axe. Now Strudel and HV trying to do anything to stay alive as long as they possibly can. But a quick Rampage there from Starlight. They didn't even see it. She was close to that ultimate as well. And now Strudel is going to get pulled in and potentially taken down. Immortality Field is forced now. They do isolate over on a Starlight. And the Annihilation comes out as well. They do not want Starlight to live here. Suzu comes out, Dragon as well to try to keep this Junker Queen alive. Annihilation will expire on the point. But now there's Junker Queen in your backline. Dude decided to just walk in past her. They're kind of doing that right now. They're walking on this Lucio. Xenobaba 1 HP, make that 0. And now it's a Kyrian Junker Queen in your backline. Ninja Drew's trying to take him on 1v2. Not long for this world. And now Starlight is still in her backline, still putting in work. The Casino Rush and Tedium as well on the point. And now Starlight is still back on point. I mean, this is a very messy, chaotic battle. The points being capped, points being capped. C9 is avoided. The beat just not in time.
Oh, yeah.
The Rampage is not in time to touch the point. And she will eventually fall down.
Okay.
Whew.
I'm not going to comment on what I just saw in the last 20 seconds, but...
What, you got like some racial say? Why can't you comment on it? Like, no, what's going on?
A lot of panic ults.
Yak onto the Junkrat. Do you like the swap?
For the Gatos win chances? Yes. For my personal preference? No. I hate Junkrat players.
Ninja Drew does have this Blizzard, though. They do force out Whalefish as well. Nice place Dynamite there from HV second. The cart is already halfway through point B, but Whalefish opens it on up with a Storm Arrow headshot, right? Takes out that Blizzard here. So now they're going to go on in here. Fedora is trying to isolate over onto Yak in the alleyway, but not doing too much there. The block from Norlogic is big enough to keep himself alive for a second. Whalefish 40 HP. Trying to stay alive as long as possible can. Norlogic is there with the help of an Immortality Field. Will get out the wall. Not going to isolate anybody, but does keep the team nice and healthy. So that was exchange here with 5-on-5. Window from Strudel will open up this choke again. The Junkrat is in the bookshelf. Is in the bookstore.
He's in the bookshelf.
He's in the bookshelf. And there you go. He comes out of the bookshelf and finds 2 kills. And the GPS duo of the Gatos will bring it back for the team there, despite the chaos.
Overwatch prop hunt. Get the bookshelf.
Starlight is in their spawn. They are going to go, it looks like, through the inside right area to avoid the Whalefish line of sight. But they're walking right into a yak tire. If they do not know he's up there. Could be a devastating tire here from up on top. They know it's up there. They know it's coming from behind. But they run out of the Ember tire field because they have the Jerk Queen run him down. But it is a very even fight on both sides here. Just trying to set up. Ninja Drew still has his Blizzard. Decide to hold on to it for now. As it is just Neurotic on the point, punching and punching, but Starlight again capitalized with another Rampage. And our fight win here for the Gatos. The time bank is draining away. Down to 2 minutes.
Yeah, time bank's going down. A lot of ults coming up though. Just the supports from the Gatos. I think you just speed in, try to Blizzard, and get this Streets phase over with. Like,
yeah, Drew does have this Blizzard. They gotta look for it. Just chucks it out, but
like
there's
that.
nobody near it. They weren't really engaged, and they just chucked that out. They could open and pick over on a Fedora Master. Nort is in the, or Drew is in the back line. Does force out Yak in an awkward position, but now they do isolate over onto that Mei and take them down.
That was not up to Poyo standards right there. That's all I'm gonna say.
Los Polos Hermanos would not be approving that one. And now Yak just jumps on up with a conch mine and finds the Baptiste. So another stagger here. And now they're walking on into a beat. And with 80% going down, it's last fight territory. Starlight isn't done just yet. They're still going in and still finding kills. Do they know that May's over here? They looked like they found her. She's so weak. And they go down again. Another stagger. Disaster for the Moonlight Foxes here on point B.
I don't know if it's disaster. It's more of like a...
The dragon does come out there. The Bob is there, but the reinforcements are not. As the HP set going down. Starlight walking on here with a Rampage. She is set up behind him. They're trying to get a little more extra point progress here with Fedora Master over on the point, but yeah, they just need like 4 more minutes here, and they'll get the C9. But the 3-man Rampage on point. The remaining members are gone. Big axe as well there from Starlight. The beat from Zainababa. Key team nice and healthy. HP Sec trying to do anything, but just gets set back to spawn with a Sonic Arrow to the dome. As basically 1.5 points are going to be what the Moonlight Foxes capture on Kings Row. It is doable.
It is doable, you're right.
In order for it to be dude, what has to happen?
They need to just... I just don't looking at the Foxes comp. They're at most they have 3 or 4 heroes that are like on one style and then 1 or 2 on another, and they just need to all be like the Gatos are all 5 on one style. It's just basically like a brawl, but it's not a in-your-face brawl. It's more of like a mid-range brawl. Like again, the Mei and the Soldier, the Lucio Bap are kind of like counterintuitive. Honestly, you might just want to go. Well, I don't know if you want to devote a Mercy on that team, but like Echo Mercy would be really good into that, or else you can good old Mei Reaper, Mei Junkrat.
How about Mei Legs? How's that work for
I don't
you?
like that. Because
Too bad.
Soldier can do damage, but he can't do anything to help when the Queen gets speed into you.
He can shoot her. So easy. HVSec is prepping for the next patch where he gets a bigger projectile size. He's getting his early work now. But right now, very slow battle right now. But Yak does have this bit of an off angle. Just poking in those mines through Hotelo's grenades, getting shot in it. And now It's a ball-on pincer maneuver here from the Gatos, but Whalefish first to fall. It's a bit of an awkward positioning here right now. Zainababa is very low, so but Yak is there to capitalize. They've turned us around. It's 2 for 2. Down their Junker Queen, though, will be kind of tough, and Spawn's coming back. Yak is up there, and Yak is again behind him, capturing point. But the slow will potentially stop Yak from avoiding. I mean, this is a very awkward battle going on between both these teams right now. Nobody really having a decisive pick or anything so far right now. But the time bank is beginning to dwindle right now. So if you're the Foxes, you're taking this. Nordic does fall pretty low, though, and now he's kind of stuck in the middle of nowhere. Nice knife lands on a Fedora Master. Takes him on down. I mean, the losers are again exchanged here. Nordic 8% towards Annihilation, but might not get a chance to use it as eventually Tedium opens it up with 2 headshots. And it looks like they're finally going to get it here. Point A goes the way of the Gatos. But, my God, they had to fight for that one.
They had to claw their way through that. I'm not sure what happens after that first fight, but the Gatos regrouped faster than the Foxes did. And, again, another little fight off the center of the choke.
Starlight is completely alone. They do kill that Junker Queen, so potentially... But Whalefish is way behind them here. He's in their spawn door.
Again, this is good for the Gatos. Even though they're dying, they're keeping them away from the point.
And they're getting through the choke here. Now Yak is behind him with a tire. They do know he's up there, though.
Yeah, if you get even 1 kill, that's
he might just spawn camp Fedora Master with the tire. Looks like they are eventually going to get back here. All right, Tire from way behind him, up on high, comes on in. Aphysec locks that down, puts in some work on it. Aphysec trying to run away, not going to get it. And Nordic Annihilation does fall eventually here. The picks again heavily in favor of the Gatos right now. Ninja Drew is there to try to back up, try to back up the Nordic, but there's just absolute chaos, and the Gatos are thriving in it right now. They have all the ultimates to bring it home. And it looks like it's probably going to be the case anyway. Nobody looks like they can be able to touch.
Yeah, I mean, you've seen firsthand these last 2 maps just how hard it is to play Lucio into a good Junker Queen. You're just going to get pulled in every single fight. At that point, just it's not worth it for the beat. Just swap.
Starlight with the play of the game. The 3-man rampage there on the point to finish off that defense there for the Gatos. And now Moonlight Fox's back's up against the wall. They will have to make some big changes here to bring this back. Will they have it in chat? We'll have to see. Don't go anywhere. Overwatch Clash Quarterfinals continues after this short break. And welcome on back, everybody, to the Aurora Overwatch Clash Season 4 Quarterfinals matchup between the Moonlight Foxes and the Gatos, the Guadalajara. As of right now, the Gatos have a 2-0 advantage in this series, and we're going on into our third map, which is Oasis. And the swaps come on in Panini over onto the support for the Gatos, and Transfect back in for Ninja on the DPS. No real other swaps coming in for either team between. It's just what you're doing in the Moonlight Fox. It's not working, so something has to change. I don't know if you want to take that swing here in this potential final map of the series, but
no, keep doing it exactly how you were doing the last two maps, and you'll start winning. Just the process. Oh man, the Mauga pick. Surely a troll.
I doubt that's gonna stick around. But I've been fooled before. We've seen
illegal.
Malga was not out at the time of sign up, so she can play it.
Is that how that works?
Well, she's back on Doofus. It was 1 for 3 anyway, so it does not matter. But yeah, let's see Transfect over on the legs, HP on the Reaper. Full on brawl here for the side of the Moonlight Foxes, trying to put some pressure on into the Gatos, but they're playing a very non-brawl friendly comp to go into. Potentially has got to punish Starlight as she goes in here for the punches for these slams. But high ground right now is claimed. Early Wraith form is forced as well. Now Yak is in the back lines, putting in some work. Norlog doesn't hit the punch. I mean, somehow Starlight misses every ability on the Junker Queen. Very small target, hard to hit. But HP Sec going on down. The Reaper out of the fight. It'll be a lot harder here for the Moonlight Foxes to stabilize. Immortality Field comes up and taken down almost immediately. Do exchange your DPS. All right, I got
Just run another Junkrat. This is paining me.
They do end up killing down Starlight, so it's a 2 for 2 exchange here right now. Fedora Master, 80% to the beat. Might not need it, as the first capture is going over to the side of the Moonlight Foxes.
I don't think this is rocket science, personally. If they have a Junkrat, just speed into him with Junker Queen and knife him.
Pulse Bomb from Whalefish, not going to find anything but the mini health pack. And both support ults here ready to go for the Moonlight Foxes. Nordic gets pulled in, the beat is not in time to keep Nordic alive. So a good start here for the Gatos in this battle. As they walk forward, the Casino Rush if they need it. HP puts pressure in on the back on the Fedora Master. Strudel does have the window, but the Immortality Field gets pulled on out of it. And the point flips fairly quickly at 30% guarded for the Moonlight Foxes, but they are forced to retreat for now.
Yeah, the Junker Queen poke was not necessary there.
The turret comes on out from Yak. Fedora Master caught wall riding, but it is a 1 for 1. They did find the body. Sec does have this pulse bomb. Should he decide to land it? Not going to do so as Whalefish blinks away from that one. Whalefish gets the better of the 1v1. They do have North Logic here with the Rampage. It's a fairly massive one. Star Logic stuck in there as well. The pulse bomb not from Whalefish. Not going to find anything there. And Panini's beat as well. Not exactly sure where that landed or who it landed onto, but it was not enough.
Ajaxed
I see.
by a Helix rocket.
Oh man, North's going on in here. They're trying to force out the recall from Whalefish. Looks like they will do so. Can Whalefish get a pick here? But Fedora Master is there for the peel! And takes him on down. And now the point advantage here for Moonlight Fox in term percentage. But the ultimates here, pretty even. Also, but Fedora Master gets pulled in from the knife. Not doing too much there. The Casino Rush comes on out. Transfect with the visor on the high ground. Finds Yak. Now he's in the back line, but got booped up from something. I believe they're from Yak's Conk Grenade, potentially. Rough position there from Transfect. The knife lands. And Fedora Master has turned to the battle, trying to keep Nordic alive in the fight for as long as possible here. The point is still in favor of Moonlight Foxes for now. Strudel, 1 HP. Strudel cannot escape. Shot in the toes by Starlight. Now Fedora trying to get the last fight territory here with the stall. Looks like he'll do just that. 80%, so one more flip and I'll do it. But your ultimates are waning here.
Yeah, I mean, Fedora's building a lot of beat here. Oh. Oh, Neurologic almost got pulled into the void there. Get that jump crack.
Yak's behind you. Yak is behind you. Yak is behind you. Yak is behind you. Yak is behind you. Oh! The flank comes out at just the right time. Senior Rush did come out on the point, but the picks are not there here for the Moonlight Fox. They must die quickly here to get one more chance at a good 5v5 battle on City Center.
Yeah, good amount of, I mean, pretty much the same ults from both sides. Almost 5 from the Gatos here. No recall though. If they can speed on that Junkrat, it could be deadly before he gets tired.
No, he's going to sit over here and they're going to ignore him. Yep, there they go. Beat from Floor Master tries to stop. The Pulse Bomb does land on a Panini, so they won't have the beat for this upcoming battle. And now, Charlotte's in awkward position. Here comes a tire out from Yak. Tries to come on in here. Does find Nort just peeking around the corner. And the comeback there.
So good. And it never goes their way.
Yeah, the Junkrat being by himself every fight did put in a lot of work.
That's true.
But you know, Junkrat's known for his escapability and his inability to get sped on, so you know that's obviously the case. It's a very mobile character. Any swaps you want to see?
Yeah, like everything on the Foxes.
That's not the case.
Fedora off of Lucio. HP sec onto like a Torb. Nord onto Ram. Transflect onto May.
What would a Pharah do for you here?
Fire would be good too.
Doesn't matter, as the picks have come here hot and heavy. It's 2-for-1 exchange in favor of the Gatos right now. Yak is trying to take on HP Sec. That's forced out his recall, but HP is nice and healthy on point, but can't quite say the same for Strudel in the back line. As Starlight continues to walk on forward here on the Circuit Queen. Finds 3. 55% towards that ultimate. And they're going to do another from behind play, it looks like, here for the Gatos. They're all crouched over here.
Yeah, I've been seeing this for the last 2 maps and now in this one too. They keep trying to kill Starlight. It's not going to work. You got to target someone else, someone squishy. AKA the entire rest of their team.
Here comes the rush out here from the God, but Whalefish is first to fall. So potentially a bit of hubris coming out here from the Gatos. It's 1-for-1 exchange onto DPS. Fedora Master is there to keep Nort alive and healthy. Has to retreat for now. Nort gets pulled in with the knife there from Starlight. And it looks like kind of a stagger play here on the Strudel. Use the Suzu, has the TP, but is 1 HP. Somehow still alive, but she will eventually go down. The Kiriko, that is. And now they're just trying to get back in their spawn and stay alive as long as they possibly can. 50% and counting here for the Gatos. They're close staying his home in a 3-0 fashion. The swap around to Winston. Hey, by the way, Yak is still behind him again. But HP wise to that one this time. Or Transfect actually does it over and gets that one. So 1-for-1 exchange for the Junkrat for the Lucio. They are still fighting in spawn, mind you. The Pulse Bomb from Whalefish, not going to find anything. Someone is on point, but Nordic falling. The point will flip. So free few percentage here for the side of the Moonlight Foxes. As Yak begins to return towards the battle. Transfect gets pulled out of the healing field by Starlight's knife. Yak is again taking on this trace. The Pulse Bomb is not going to land. The beat from Panini will keep the team up nice and healthy. Who's up in the front there? Fedora Master 9% towards his close to both support almost here for the Moonlight Foxes. Nort jumps on in here.
About this Winston pick.
Do
not know what that's gonna.
Tire comes on here from Yak. Looks to put in some work. Transfect does have the visor. Does get the tire, but Whalefish has cleaned up the team in the meantime. With 2 kills here. Fedora Master fighting low as well. The beat has expired. 1 HP. Whalefish blinks on in. Gets the melee kill. And now HP Sec is there. By his lonesome. 2%. 1%. Overtime. About to dwindle away. Casino Rush from Strudel and Spawn to try to get anybody a touch, but it will not happen. And that's going to be a 3-0 victory for the Gatos here as they advance to the semifinals.
Yeah, I mean, I expected this, but it's still a little disappointing.
Start on the Junker Queen, putting in a lot of work here. And this is going to be a 3-0 victory for the Gatos. They continue to look strong here, moving forward into our playoffs. Now we got to award a match MVP. Do you have anybody you're leading towards? I'm going to say you cannot choose Starlight because she has to go to dinner. So go ahead and tell me. Then tell me who it is.
Teddy M.
Okay, we'll pull in Teddy in for a quick interview then. Let's see where. Build a Gato. There we go. There they are. Congratulations on the victory, Teddy M. The 3-0 victory, getting the match MVP. Initial thoughts and reactions to the game.
It was quite something. Had a blast. Yeah. Kind of nutty on the Kiriko.
I'm assuming that's why Corey, our support main, selected you for MVP. So Corey, why don't you go ahead and ask a question to your hand-picked man here in the chat.
I don't have any questions.
Oh, unlucky.
You've got nothing?
No.
You're a support player. Wouldn't ask anything. Just
what? Okay. What did you think of the Fox's comp choices?
I'm not sure. I think they're trying different things. Maybe like Mirror or the Ram. I don't know. Like they try to do the Ram comp and try to go after me, but I kept surviving somehow. And yeah. It was quite interesting, but I mean, they didn't end up winning, so it doesn't matter, I guess.
Well, I guess it's my co-caster who picked you himself has 0 questions for you.
There's nothing really to say. I mean, you played really well. The Foxes didn't really punish much.
Yeah, I should have died a few times, I would say, especially in the Oasis at one part, but yeah, I kept surviving. Kiriko's a hero.
Now your next game is going to be between the winner of the Gangsta Turts and the New Zealand Numbies. I think we all know who you prefer to face. But who do you think you're going to face in that game? And are you looking forward to that one for the potential trip to the finals on the line?
Okay, well, I'm pretty sure the Numbies will win that game, and I do want to go against them again because we did lose against them, but we weren't that prepared at all. But I think it would be a fun match to play the Numbies again. So I think I want them to make it past, unless the Turrets win with Ringers again somehow. Yeah.
And with that being said, El Clasico, if you can have a player of the match for tonight's game, who would you select and why?
Let's say Whale. Whale pops off all the time, even though sometimes I don't heal him because I'm just busy DPSing, but he always gets his picks all the time, and yeah, he's just a really good player. Gets a lot of picks.
A good shout out indeed. Again, congrats on the victory and the MVP, and we'll see you in the semis, Stadium.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, so that's going to do for us here for the Overwatch Clash. Season 4 quarterfinals game between the Moonlight Foxes and the Gatos of Guadalajara. Moonlight Foxes season, of course, not over just yet. They do have a bowl game to play. Potentially take home some hardware. But looking at it, our next game, speaking of, is going to be the Gangsta Turrets and New Zealand Numbies. It's going to be tomorrow at 9 p.m. As of right now, we don't have a production sign up for that, but we'll probably get somebody on that one. So make sure to keep your eyes peeled for any announcements on that. Corey, any closing statements or comments before I send us out?
No.
Awesome. Thank you all so much for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy, and have a great rest of your evening, everybody.